We're back, or I'm back, with more Dorchester Dolphin action here. We're away from puck drop in the second period here. I'm sorry about the last period. I think I was speaking a little too quietly, so I'll see if I can turn it up a bit this period. Scores 2-1, favoring the Dolphins. Shots 6-5, favoring the Dolphins. So the Dolphins have one more shot and, of course, one more goal. Luke and Irish ready to come on. Dorchester Dolphins ready to come on. Both led in by starting goaltenders.
As for next action, these Dolphins will meet tomorrow night playing the Dorchester-Period Bulldogs in Kenosha. And the Dolphins actually don't play at home again for 6 straight games and will be on the road. Their next home game here.
6 games in a row on the road. We're going to check the out-of-town scoreboard. We've got Lambeth beating Temps for 2-0. Exeter over Mount Bridges 1-2 zip. Dorchester, of course, 2-1 over the Luke and Irish at this point in time. Let's just have a game recap for you. To start it all off, Connor Little from Chris Wilson and Jake Morin at 3:56 made it 1-0 for Lucan, but then it stopped there. And Dorchester, Mike Warby from Brian McCauley, 8 minutes 24 seconds. And then Chris Carrero on a power play from Jordan Fuller and Mike Warby at 17:40. That was all in the first period. It's 2-1 Dorchester. Puck has just been dropped. 2-minute penalty to Lucan.
That penalty at 20 minutes of the first period. Again, it was a bench liner for leaving players bench early and serving the penalty. Number 22.
Leaving the players bench early. Penalty is served by Jake Rohde. Last period, player left the bench early. Puck went up and out of play. Face off, won by Brian McCauley. The captain takes it up through center. Warby tripped up at the line. No call on the play. Kept in on the far boards by Fuller. Fuller with a slap from the point. Kicked down, and Warby couldn't slap it in. On the near boards, McCauley with the puck. Holding, into Carrero. Carrero with the puck. He sends it out to the point to back to Carrero. That was Dewberry. Dewberry from the point, holding, back to Carrero. Carrero into the corner to Warby. Back to Carrero. Carrero with a shot. Oh, it was kind of covered in the chest of Andrew Gantner, but it fell loose right after the ref's whistle, and we had a couple guys going digging. Warby had a couple chances on that shift. Good shift for him. Face off, won by Mastroianni. Flipped in. Prokes with the puck now. Dumps it in around the corner. They've come out of that dressing room with a fresh new attitude. They've had a couple of shots already this period. Held behind the net. Over to Ryan Tuffin. Tuffin holding it. Holding it into the corner. Along the near boards. Mastroianni with it to the point. Prokes with a shot. Just floats wide. Blue to Prokes. Prokes. Fan pass. It still makes it to its intended target. Tuffin. Tuffin to Prokes. Prokes in. Mastroianni tried to kick it up. Couldn't get it there. Tuffin with the puck. Makes a nice, nifty little move. But the Irish take it back. Icing as a wide pass to Jake Rohde.
These tickets are on sale in the blue line room and also in the lobby. You can win a set of 4 tickets to see the Leafs and the rest.
Penalties so far. Garrett Hoggins for slashing and Jake Rodney for leaving players bench too early at the very end of the period, and Hoggins was 16:01, and a goal scored by the Dolphins. I believe Warby just picked up his second. I didn't quite see it. I was checking some stats at the time. But regardless, the Dolphins still lead this game 3-1. Broken. Shot by Blue. Up. It stayed in. I don't know what the whistle was called for. The Dolphins, your first place Dolphins, Chris Carrero wins the face-off. Into the corner to the captain. Carrero comes in here. 14 games with the Dolphins. It wasn't even played. Oh, no, that was Duncan. But Chris Carrero's come in here, and he's played 14 games, and he's become their fifth in points. He's through 14 games. So let me find our players here. 14 games. He has played the least games. Oh, no, one player. So he's played the second least games, and he is tied for 22nd in points on the season. Least games have been played by Sean Candler, 12 games, 21 points. But still a great pickup for the Dolphins. Icing is the call. Kirk couldn't get there quick enough. Flicked across. Dumped in. Around the boards. Nice hit laid. Flipped up. Duncan, the only man in. Shot just wide by Connor Lale. Dorchester, third goal on the game, scored by Brian McCauley from Mike Warby and Chris Carrera. Warby with 3 points on the night. And Ryan Tuffin's going to be running for his money in a minute here for the leading scorer on the Dolphins. Warby's got 21. Tuffin doesn't have any points on the night, so he's still stuck at 27. Flipped up, Tuffin gets a stick to the face. Flipped out. Offside's the call, but I wasn't even looking at that. 54, Chris Wilson. I think he's an enforcer because he's got 3 points in 13 games. And they either just picked him up, and he's not that good, or he's an enforcer, and he just full-on took out Tommy Brooks while Tommy was skating back. Luckily, offside was the call. Puck goes up, kicked along the far boards. Dumped out by O'Shaughnessy. Ian Vandenhoover, to Jake Rohde. Flipped back in by the Dolphins. Nice hit on the far boards by Toffin. Toffin with the puck. He kind of lays a hit. Now he's laying on Irish. Now, when I see Luke and Irish number 11, Nathan Marcel, I always think of the guy on the Lucky Charms box. Same size, and he's got the magic. Irish breaking out. Breaking in, take a shot. Saved by Tokarewicz. Caleb Newberry's getting 2 minutes. I didn't see what it was for. But at least if he's in the penalty box, then he can't get suspended. Because, he leads the team in penalty minutes coming into tonight. Well, it's time to go over to the special teams. Dorchester with an 84.05 percentage. They are third in the league in penalty killing. And Luke and Irish, 19.64, are among the bottom. No, they're still up near the top. I think they're fourth in the league for power plays. Not outstanding, but they can still do some stuff with the man advantage. Mitch Smith breaking in. Circling. Centers it to Patrick Friel, a Dorchester player. Flipped out. Now, anytime that you've ever heard us play the Luke and Irish, you always hear about Mitch Smith playing in Dorchester, and then he went and played in Lucan. Well, the only reason that you always hear that, and the only reason that my father would know that, is because he plays baseball with him. Just thought I'd let you know that for the next time that you hear that story. Because you hear it about once every game when we play the Irish. Or once every period sometimes. Dump the length of the ice on the penalty kill, the Dolphins. 20 seconds left. Outstanding penalty killing so far this year. It's broken out, dumped in. Flipped out, almost out. Held at the blue line. Shot, knocked aside by Tokarewicz. Mitch Smith. Tried to keep it in. It's dumped out. Fresh out of the box. Caleb Newberry. Makes a move. Takes a shot. Up front. Oh, it's covered.
Happy birthday wishes to Ronald Seaton from the Dolphins to Brody Ford. He's 4 years old and he's a cousin. Number 5, Jordan Ford on the Dolphins. Happy birthday, Brody. On the Dolphins.
What an outstanding save by Garten. Working all the way down. Kilgore returns the favor from getting... No. Kilgore returns a favor from a fellow defenseman getting pounded by Chris Wilson. Taking back the other way, O'Shaughnessy makes a couple of brilliant moves, knocks his man down. Shot. Covered up. Face off just to the left of the goaltender. Well, Brendan O'Shaughnessy in Lucan M was being, I don't know what you'd call it. I guess it was kind of a headlock, but he breaks it down the ice. Oh, crossed it. Brian Tuffin tried to make that move. It goes back to Kilgore. Back up to Tuffin. Prokes to Kilgore. Kilgore slaps it up. Picked off by the Irish. Zach Vermont, leading scorer in the league. Shot from the side. Easily saved by Tokarits. Fuller to Carrero. Carrero up to Fuller. Fuller tries to pound one in. Can't quite get it. Back to the point. Shot from Blue. Blue to Carrero. Carrero takes his shot. And it'll be broken up by the Irish and taken back out the other way. Shot from about 30 feet. Covered up by Alex Tokarits. Shot covered up by Tokarits. Right off the face-off. Face-off won by Kerr. Around to Michael Blue. Blue tips it out. He covers as Kerr comes in. Kerr gives him a shot. And Friel's going after somebody twice his height. Friel's not a big lad either. If he were an Irish, he'd be one of the kids on the Lucky Charms box. Dumped in, picked up, sent around, dumped in again. The Irish are trying to break it out. Even strength for the moment. Nice shot, just high. Duncan with a hit, but here come the Irish, breaking out. Cody Tremblay with a shot. Another one bounces off the side of the cage. Flipped out, held at center, Now, you never want to pick a fight with someone as big as Brian McCauley, and you never want to pick a fight with somebody who's got a C in the middle of his jersey. He's stocky and he's big, and if you pick a fight with him, you have a death wish. But he's had fights with about 4 Irish breaking to the net. Frio just about got one. Just wide. Michael Blue tried to keep it in. Natural defenseman goes up to O every once in a while, or F. O's football. Dumped in behind the net, held around. Frio couldn't get his man. Prokes holding it in, dumps it on net, covered up by Andrew Gant. Face off to the right of Andrew Gardner. Mastroeni kicked out of the face-off circle. Mastroeni working around. To the point shot. Off the post. It's loose. And they couldn't get it in. Zach Vermont with a shot. Covered up by Alex Tokarewicz. Covered. Brought out. To the point. Goaltender thought it was icing. Icing was waved off. Flipped out by Tuffin. Tuffin lays a hit. It comes back out. Carrero. Couldn't get a stick on it. It comes back in. The Irish holding it in. Zach Beaumont behind the net. They've held Beaumont to a little amount of scoring. They've held the Irish to a little amount of scoring tonight with only one goal. Connor Little, he hasn't gotten a point. Zach Beaumont hasn't gotten a point yet. Connor Little with the goal there. Leading scorer. And these number one Dolphins are holding him at bay. They knew that he'd be tough. And they knew that they'd have to keep him at where he started if they wanted to win this hockey game. So far, they've done a good job of that. Right now, they're in some trouble. Irish working in their own end, in the Dorchester end. Covered up by Tokarewicz. Face off to the left of Tokarewicz. 6:16 left in the second period. 3-1. Dolphins. Shot 16-15. So the Dolphins haven't outshot the Irish by a lot, but all that matters are those big two numbers that say score in the end. Played out the back, chipped up, held, picked up by the Irish. Around the far boards. I believe there should have been an offside called on Jake Rhodey, But instead, the puck's covered by Alex Tokarewicz. And shots are even at 16 with 5:35 left in this second period. Score still 3-1 Dolphins. Breaking up through center. Patrick Friel. I believe offside was no penalty. Coming up to Mitch Smith. Now he's a big lad. We got to see what that penalty was for. Laid out to Fuller. Dorchester working in Irish end. To Fuller at the point. Into O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy into the corner. To Mastroeni. Mastroeni makes a play. He makes another one. He picks it up after getting popped. Oh, they scored! That was O'Shaughnessy from Tuffin. Tuffin on the shot. O'Shaughnessy with it. And I guess now would be the time that Andrew Gantner wants to switch to Geico so that he can save more. And if I were him, I would have done that an hour ago. Man, if Gantner had switched to Geico, then the Irish might still be in this game, but he didn't. We've clearly seen that so far this game. Brendan O'Shaughnessy on the power play from Tuffin and Lucas Mastroeni. 4.5 minutes to go in this second period. Score 4-1. Shots 18-16. Favoring the Dolphins. Everything favoring the Dolphins so far. Big hit on the near boards in the corner. I couldn't see any numbers. All I heard was ba-boom, crash, and whoa. They're giving Kerr the boot. They're showing Kerr the gate. Nope. No, they're going to take Kerr to the box. I thought that they were going to give him the gate. They're still deciding. He's going into the sim bin. Tyler Kerr, big clean hit. Oh no, they are going to give him the gate. So Tyler Kerr just got kicked out of this one for body contact. Oh no, he might be getting him to 10. Yeah, 10 and a 2 for body contact. They're calling it head contact, but I'm calling it clean hit. I thought that hockey was a contact sport. And I thought that both these teams were made up of male players. Oh, but they're taking an Irish too. They're giving Kerr 5 minutes. Okay. I think that we've gotten it all straightened out. So Kerr's kicked out of the game. Either that or he's getting a 10. I don't know that yet. But I know that Kilgore's got 5, serving that for Kerr. And that Luke Medeiros has got 2 minutes for something. Oh, they got it up here. Okay. Tyler Kerr checking from behind. 5-minute penalty at 15:54. Tyler Kerr checking from behind. Game misconduct at 15:54.
Number 24, Tyler Kerr. 5 minutes for checking from
And
behind with a game misconduct. Serving the penalty is number 18, Will Kilgore. To Lucan, number 27, Luke Medeiros. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalties.
And Medeiros has got 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Tyler Kerr, 5 minutes for checking from behind with a game misconduct. Penalty being served by Will Kilgore. And for Lucan, number 27, Luke Medeiros. 2 minutes for cross-checking.
So 4-on-4 for like a minute and a half, and then for the rest of the period, the Irish have a power play, a big power play. Dumped out, oh, funny bounce off the boards. Laid in, tripped up. Across center. That's Michael Blue. Michael Blue. Up to Carrero. Carrero dumps it in. Around the net, Carrero with a little poke. Oh, what a move by Jordan Fuller. He laid his man out. Carrero makes a move. They almost score on the double power play. Carrero gets tripped. No penalty on the play. Only man back's Duncan. 2-on-2. And I'm thinking the Warby's going for a pair. No, they're going to take 2 of them for the scramble at the back. So now it's still 4-on-4. Coincidental minors to Jake Morin and Jordan Fuller. So 4-on-4 for 20 seconds. No. What? Okay, so Jake Morin is getting 2 minutes. Jake Morin's getting... Okay. Maybe he's getting a 2 and a 10. He's either getting a 2 and a 10 or 2 2s because he had another player go in and serve the 2-minute for him. Maybe. I'm not sure. Let's see if it shows up on the game clock here. Okay, here we go. Luke Medeiros cross-checking. That was back on the checking from behind on Tyler Kerr penalties. And another goal, Tuffin with the goal. Number 28 for points this season. It's 5-1. And I am really, really guessing that Andrew Gaitner is gonna, at the 2-minute warning in this second period, I'm guessing that when Andrew Gaitner goes to the dressing room, he's gonna need A, some aloe vera, and B, a cell phone to call up Geico, because he's really got to start saving more if they want to win this game. It's slight chance by now. But what happened? Luke Medeiros cross-checking at 15:54. So that was their penalty. And then Jake Morin got spearing, which was a double minor, which was, so Fuller got slashing. And what? Okay, that's all I'm going to say right now is, what? Okay, so let's see what happened here. So Jake Morin got 2 minutes for spearing and a spare 2. Okay, and then Fuller got 2 for slash. He got a spare 2. So those 2 were both coincidental minors. Fuller's out of the box next whistle, I believe, along with Morin, excuse me. And I believe that, okay, so Fuller got slashing. Ryan Tuffin got inciting an opponent, 10-minute misconduct. So we'll see him again next period. Sometime next period, unfortunately. But let's see here. Tuffin. Yep. He has completed sort of hat trick. So we got a Ryan Tuffin hat trick. Assist, goal, and a misconduct. Under a minute to go in this period. Shot picked up by Alex Tokarich.
Get them now while the line is short. 50-50 tickets supporting Dorchester Point Scouts this evening. You can get those on either side of the blue line room. Also, the Dolphin toss sections up following the second intermission flood. Those are still on sale in the line.
Picked up, taken out, and here comes Carrero. Carrero makes a nice move, then gets cross-checked to the face. Under a half a minute to go in this one. Here comes a Irish out of the box. Here comes Carrero on a last-minute break. He'll play it across. Duncan, the defenseman, laser blast. He don't know how to skate. He's just going to stay back there and ice the length of the ice. They're on a power play, and they iced it. Everybody just kind of stopped, and then the buzzer went. So it's 5-1 so far through 2 periods of play. Shots are 20-17 favoring the Dolphins and 5-1 favoring the Dolphins. We're here in the Dolphin Dome. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with more Dorchester Dolphin action on the Dolphin Radio Network. So grab a Coke, maybe 2, and some popcorn, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes with more Dorchester Dolphin action here on the Dolphin Radio Network.